Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel, and we're back here at MOT7 for the next part of the Beetle build. Stay tuned. So in the last video, you probably remember what we was doing was actually fitting the rear quarters onto the Beetle, which we've still done a bit more work on those now. And we've got the car up here, we've got rear quarters in a good position, I think, but let me just show you what we've done here. So if you remember, we've cut off the edge of the rear quarter wheel arch there. So we've done that on both sides. There's only about a couple of inches of that going all around, like so. Then that is so that you retain these bolt holes here so that you can get your wheel arch liner back in place. So what we've done, we fitted the cut off wheel arch with the wheel arch liner back to the car, just so that goes like, so that's in the correct place it should be. We've then laid the wings on top of that, and then as you can see now, this now would line up nicely where the actual wing should be compared to that lip there. Now this cut off part of the wheel arch has got this nice lip here. What we're looking at doing, because the fiberglass hasn't got a nice lip, is we're going to more than likely feather this in to pick up that lip there. So we're going to sand all of this down and just blend it in so it meets up with the edge here, and then we use this lip as our rear lip on the actual car for underneath the wing. So we've done that there, and of course we've done it on both sides, so on this side as well. So we're going to have to cut quite a bit off, I think, but it's quite a rough edge on this wheel arch anyway, so this one goes a bit further up, but you can see here you've kind of got an edge, there's an edge there, but I'm not sure if that's the point you should be cutting or whether that just needs feathering in to meet up with this plastic part here. It's gone inside a little bit there, so what we need to do is either push this back or pull that forward, but we'll get that as close as we can before we start doing any cutting. So what I'm hoping to achieve today is that we're going to take off this, rough up the outer edge of this cut off wheel arch edge, and then put some bond in between the two and bond these back together, so we'll get this bonded in the correct position along the wheel arch there. Once that's done, we'll take all this off, and then we're going to glass, so fiberglass around the back of it to make it even stronger so it holds on nicely to this wheel arch. And then when all that has dried and all that has gone off, then the last job will be to feather this edge in to match the lip we've got here. So quite a bit of work to get to that point. So all done now is we've just trimmed a little bit off this edge here, so that is going to allow us now to feather that in when we've bonded it on. So now we trim that off, what we're going to do is we're going to take this off again and just make sure the inside of that is being roughed up enough so we can bond this to the remainder of the wheel arch. What I've just been doing now, just been doing a test with a DA just to make sure that we'll be able to feather this down, and yeah, definitely it's got down now. There's hardly any thickness there, but we're definitely going to be just keep going around there and be able to feather that in to this bit we cut off the rear quarter. So yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take this off, just make sure it's rough on the back of here, and then we'll get this in a position to bond it to that bit we cut off the rear quarter. So we're taking that off, so this is the bit we cut out, so that's nicely been scuffed up, so that should be a take the bond. And to look at the inside of the rear quarter, that's all nicely scuffed up as well, so that should take the bond. So it's time to bond. But when I say bond, don't forget all we're bonding is the rear quarter to this cut off bit that we've got here, just so that we know that we can get the rear quarter exactly in line with the wheel arch area when we try to fit it and bond the rear quarter itself on. And there we go. that has now been set in position, and we'll just leave that to dry.
The next day.
So this one's now dried, so it's dried nicely, it's all nice and sealed. So what we're going to do, we'll leave this wing in place. I'm going to go on the other side now and do the same to this side. So once we've got this one going off, we can then come back and take this one off and have a look at glassing around the back of it. Okay, so even though the bond has taken very well, what we've done now, we've just done a bit of glassing around there, just to give it a bit of extra strength, but it was really secure with the bond on itself. Started a bit of work on this side now, so I've just sanded it down to try and feather it in, and then just glassed it up where the hole, where the gap was too big. So just glassed it a bit, and I'm going to let that go off, and then we can carry on sanding, and then we can get to putting a bit of filler on it. So that's this one now done as well. I've just took all the clamps off, and it's well and truly bonded on there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to mark a line around here so I know where to sand to. What I'm talking about is, if you look at the original car, you've got this line here. So I'm just going to try and replicate that on this one. I've done it on this side already. So I marked a line, and then I've put some tape there. So when I'm sanding, I know that I just want to sand an angle down from that line there. I'll show you the amazing tool I'm going to use to mark this line. And this is the tool I'm going to use. It's that. It's a set of calipers with a paint pen taped to it. That's set to the right gap to allow me to go around here and mark out the line. So let's do that. Now we can take this off, take it outside, use the DA to actually try and feather this edge in. So yeah, after sanding this with the DA, this is what I've got now. So we've feathered it in. It's going to need obviously some filler in there, but I think it's looking pretty good, to be honest. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've tried to shape this corner a little bit as well, but we'll just need to get a curve in that. But the DA is too abrasive, so we'll need to do that with sandpaper and just get that nicely curved around there, and that should be good. And same here. So go under. Now luckily I've got the screws through into the securing plate here. So the screws come through into that plate. So that's worked at this side. And I've just put some resin in there. But that again all needs hand sanding to get that back, to get that to where I want it to be. So that's it, the rear quarters are almost in a position where they can be actually fixed to the car. We're just going to bolt them through into this plate we put on here, and on the top just hold in position. Once we've done that, we can then do the rear parts and this low balance here. But at the moment now we're going to leave it there because we've spent quite a bit of time just to get to this point here. So we're going to leave the video for now, and I'll pick you up next time. So if you're enjoying this, please subscribe to my channel, and if you like this particular video then please give me the thumbs up. Till next time, stay safe.